Hey folks, welcome to Horsemanship 101 again today, and I'm going to do a quick little critique on a couple of videos. One in particular, I've seen it posted several times, and always ends up with the same comments below it. Saw it again just recently, somebody posted it yet again. Still all the same bunch of comments about the video. Most people don't seem to realize what's really going on in the video, so I thought I'd throw in my little perspective on it and what I'm seeing, because I don't think everybody sees it quite the way it really is. And that one kind of made me think about this one too. The two are kind of connected a bit, so I'll explain as I go here. First off, this is a girl that's jumping a horse. She falls off the horse. The horse gets a little bit freaked out by something hitting the ground, spins around, gives her a kick, and takes off running. Now, what happens here? And there you go. She falls off. Horse goes, wow, something scary on the ground. Gives it a kick and runs away from it. Okay. Obviously she got hurt pretty bad there. I'm sorry. Feel sorry for the girl. But that was a horse that was not properly desensitized. It wasn't used to having something hitting the ground. And when it did, it just saw it as a threat. And of course, when something fell off and hit the ground, the horse retaliated because it's a horse. It just did what it was. It just did what horses do. Okay, it saw something scary on the ground, kicked at it, and ran away. It wasn't trying to hurt the girl. It was just being a horse. Now this leads into the next one. This video I've seen posted several times, and the comments are always, "This guy's a drunken moron. He's either on drugs or he's drunk or both, and he should never be allowed near an animal." Blah blah blah. Comments go on like that. Very few people even suggested the possibility that this was all staged. It was an act. And the only thing that everybody seemed to agree on is good horse. So I'm going to start her off here, and this is the very beginning of it. The guy in the center right here, he's riding along nice and straight, sitting up straight, no problem. Goes along, stops. He turns the horse, and he looks over at the cameraman. And the cameraman's focused on him. Showtime, boys. The act is about to begin. Okay? Now he starts putting on the act. Acts like he's drunk. Falling off his horse. He's trying to kick his foot out of the stirrup. That's not an act of a drunk man. That's actually intentional. He knows exactly what he's doing there. He's got his foot out of the stirrup, so now he can fall off safely, or pretend to fall off. One of the comments, I got a kick out of this. It was actually, this guy did a pretty good job of this. One of the many comments I read about it was, people thought it was disgusting that he was grabbing the stirrup and he was asking for trouble. The whole point of this thing was the guy knew exactly what he was doing the whole time. He's trained his horse to accept this kind of thing, and right there, pulling himself up by the stirrup. Now, I gotta throw in something on that. I do that with my own horses. I train my horse to come over beside me when I call him to, and I pull myself up by the stirrup to simulate if I ever fall off and get hurt on a trail and I got to get up off the ground and I can't do it on my own and I need the stirrup to do it, the horse lets me. Okay, there's nothing wrong with what this guy's doing. This is great. What this guy's doing, fantastic. Now, he's going to keep on. Now he's trying to get on the wrong side. The horse doesn't care because he's desensitized the horse to both sides. Now, there's only a couple things he does in this whole performance that I'm not too keen on, where he's yanking on the reins and probably hurts the horse's mouth a bit. But now, you got to watch this part. This is not the act of a drunk man. Watch. Okay, he's about to back under the horse between the legs. Now watch him stop and take his hat off because he knows it's not going to fit and it's going to get knocked off anyhow. So this is not the act of a drunk man. He is perfectly aware of what he's doing, takes the hat off, and then pretends to fall down through the legs of the horse. Again, grabs onto a stirrup to pull himself up. The horse has been trained to do this, trained to tolerate it. He's letting the horse know where it is all the time. He's touching the legs. He's making the horse completely aware of what he's doing. And there'll be another little giveaway here in a second. Okay, you watch him getting up. And, he's knocking the hat off, so let's grab it by the hand instead. Now watch. He's kicking his foot out of the stirrup. He knows what he's doing. That was intentional. He kicked his foot out of the stirrup so he can slide off the other side. Plop. And put the drunk act on. Continue. Going underneath the horse. Lots of people go, geez, he should have got what he deserved, and the horse should have kicked him, stomped him, blah, blah, blah. Again, hanging on to the stirrup. Horse doesn't react. That's a well-trained horse. I suspect this guy was kind of in on it, because when you watch his face as he walks away, he's smiling away. He's not shaking his head in disgust. He's actually quite amused by the whole thing. Okay, a little more act in here. And in the end, he finally straightens up and rides off. So, oh yeah, and he stops and lets the guy hand him the hat that he dropped on the ground. Puts it back on again. He knows exactly what he's doing. There we go. Grab the reins and away we go. Let's ride. Put a little more show on for the people. He's part of a riding club. I did a little research on this video a while back, and I believe that he actually trained this horse himself, so he was showing off what you can do, how it can be done. The whole thing staged. Here's another good spot. Stops and waits for the guy to come put the protector back on the horse's foot, and then waits until he's got it on, and then he's waiting. Okay, good enough. I'll fall off on you now. See, it's all staged. Not hard to see what's going on. So the lesson to be learned here: perception. Things aren't always what we think they are. They're not always what they seem to be. Sometimes you got to look a little bit closer to see what's really there. Don't like the way he's yanking on the horse's mouth. You'll see the horse chewing away a little after that, going, ouch, my mouth hurts. Right there you can see the horse kind of playing with a bit. His mouth's a little sore from that. He didn't like that much, but hey, if that's the worst that happens, other countries, that's perfectly acceptable. It's not considered abuse or anything. And obviously, the guy's done an extremely good job of training this horse and desensitizing it. And like I said, it's an act. He's wearing the same shirt that a lot of the other guys are wearing. They're all part of the same club. They're out putting a demonstration on of the horses, and that's the end of that one. Okay, so things aren't always what they seem to be. You got to look at what isn't obvious. If you're just simply looking for a certain thing, you're going to see what you're looking for. You're not going to see what's really there. A lot of people, when they watch this video, it's just an excuse to crack on some guy they think's an idiot, and that makes them fair game. But the fact is, they're missing a whole lot in this video that they're not seeing, because that's not what they're looking for. They're just looking for the negative, something to crack on, and that's what you get. So pay attention. Oh yeah, relating back to that first video, the guy falls off his horse several times. Not once does that horse react and kick him in the head. Okay, he's trained that horse to accept things falling on the ground, and that's where that first video kind of comes into play. This is the difference between a horse that's been properly trained and desensitized and one that hasn't been. Okay, pay attention to what's really out there, see what's really there, not just what you want to see and not what you think is there. Okay, have a good day, folks.